Hello and good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. This is Om Kumar, your Sergeant Toms for today. Welcome to 653rd meeting of Medley Toastmasters Club. Toastmasters International is a near-century-old organization helping its members grow in the area of public speaking and leadership abilities. As per the mission of Toastmasters, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. There are some ground rules we request all the audience to follow to keep the meeting productive. Keep your mic on mute unless you are delivering a session or ask a question. Keep your phone in silent mode during the meeting when you speak so that it does not create any disturbance. Please prefix your name with TM underscore if you are a Toastmaster and as guest underscore if you are a guest. As much as possible, keep your video on so that the speaker gets a near live experience and gets motivated by your responses, if bandwidth permits. Please stay in a professional posture when you are on video. Kindly stay throughout the meeting and enjoy the Toastmasters experience. Do not exit abruptly from the meeting. Team has taken pains over the past week to conduct this meeting. It will be an insult to exit the meeting abruptly and is not in dignified manners. In case of urgent needs, mention about your exit politely and do so. Please keep the chat window always open in a corner and use it for any quick communication when the meeting is in progress. Use it for your communications too. With this, I would like to introduce our presiding officer, Toastmaster Ranga, who had a very successful career and has had interesting hobbies of watching trains, collecting stamps and coins, and reading books. He wants to take up the exciting train journey from Kanyakumari to Guwahati next year, which will take a week's time. President Toastmasters Ranga, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much for the warm introduction, Toastmaster Om Kumar. Good afternoon, DTM VNS, DTM Thomas, DTM Sampath Saurirajan, fellow members and guests. So at the sound of this gavel, I declare meeting number 653 open. It's been a wonderful week, or rather I should say, it's been a flooded week in Chennai. Things are coming back to normalcy, and I hope that everyone is safe in their respective homes. So I would like to take this opportunity to speak to our guest. Guest Selvam, yeah, could you just introduce yourself for the sake of others who might not have been here the last time?
Hi all, I'm Selvam. I'm working in Nokia Networks, Navalur. So I'm here to learn how the presentation skills and is presentation skill to be improved for myself and to improve my communication skill as well. So I thank Mr. Ranga for giving this opportunity to be in Medley for today. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Welcome to Medley, Selvam. We look forward to seeing you more and in the coming weeks. Next, I would like to call Ms. Keerthana Satyamurthy to say a few words to introduce herself to the club.
Yeah, hi everyone. This is Keerthana. So this is my first Toastmaster club ever. So today I have joined and I'd like to know more about the leadership and the speaking skills. I would like to improve on it. So I'm a working professional, IT working professional. So I look forward to learn and grow from you all.
Excellent. Are you based out of Chennai?
Yes. Yeah, I'm from Adayar, Gandhinagar.
Very good.
Yeah.
Welcome to Medley Toastmasters Club.
Thank you.
With that, I would like to hand over the proceedings to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Raghunath Mishra. Over to you, Raghu. I know that he is working for Flex Corporation. He's in a senior role, and he's got a wonderful pet, a very homely pet, and he takes care of the pet more often than not. Over to you, Raghu.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Good afternoon, Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Many of us would have come across or noticed like few people are very good at many things, whereas few others are not so good. Why it is so? Carol Dweck, a professor from Stanford University, made a research on this and found out that people are equally intelligent. However, the mindset that plays a major role in differentiating it. She came up with two things. What is that mind? Two set of mindsets. One is the fixed mindset. The other one is growth mindset. In fixed mindset, people think like the skills, intelligence are naturally acquired. Those who have it, they are naturally good, and those who don't, they are not good. They always think that I cannot do it. I don't have that skill set. So basically what it says that they don't have a full control over their mind. Whereas the growth mindset, in the growth mindset, people believe the skills, intelligence can be acquired with practice. With continuous practice, these things can be developed. And they believe that the mind is in their control, and by using that mind, they can take up any challenge and move in the life. And today, we all are falling in that second category. Probably we have control in our mind, believe that with practice, we can develop our speaking skills, we can develop our leadership skills, we can develop our network, many things. And this club, Medley Toastmaster Club, helps us in practicing or improving in these areas. For the benefit of guests, today's Toastmaster meeting consists of 3 phases. One is prepared speech, where a prepared speaker will come and deliver a speech. Then we have the table topic session, where a table topic master will invite the people randomly to speak about a given topic for 2 minutes. And then the most important session is to evaluate the speech, the evaluator session and whole proceedings of the meeting. Now, when we are talking about this evaluation, we have a general evaluator, a person called general evaluator, who is observing the proceedings of this session, and at the end, he will give us his feedback. And today, we have our general evaluator as Toastmaster Dinesh. Toastmaster Dinesh is an MBA graduate and is currently working for a construction company. When I asked him about the growth mindset, what is his opinion about growth mindset? He feels without this, it is like a stagnant water. After a few days, it will start stinking. Very nice thought. Over to you, Toastmaster Dinesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Raghunath, for the warm welcome. A very good evening to all Toastmasters and guests. Today, I'll be the general evaluator for this meeting. The purpose of the general evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. During the meeting, I will take notes on everything that happened and doesn't happen. I will evaluate each participant on the meeting program and look for good examples of preparation, organization, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, and performance of duties. At the end of the meeting, I will give my report. For the general evaluator, I have 2 teams with me. The first is the tag team, consists of the timer, R counter, and the grammarian. And the second team is the evaluation team, which consists of the evaluation of the prepared speeches. First, I'll go into the tag team. The timer for today's role is played by Toastmaster Dinagaran. Toastmaster Dinakaran is, as we all know, he is a very calm and composed Toastmaster who has been with us for a very long time and a good friend of mine. His thoughts on the theme of the day says it's difficult to have a growth mindset when we are down with issues and problems when others put down. If you still have a growth mindset, Toastmaster Dinakaran says is unstoppable. Over to you, Toastmaster Dinakaran.
Thank you, G. I'm just trying to set my slides. I have some problem. 1 second. Okay, yeah. Yeah, just a second. Give me a minute. Yeah. As a timer, I will be timing the prepared speeches and the table topic speakers and all the speeches and evaluations. For the table topic speakers, it will be the speech will be like 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll raise the green card. At 1.5 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card, and at 2 minutes, I'll raise the red card. For all the prepared speeches, it will be like between 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I'll raise the green card, and at 6 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card, and at 7 minutes, I'll raise the red card. The evaluation speeches would be like spreading between the 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll raise the green card, and 2.5 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card, and at 3 minutes, I'll raise the red card. I'll be capturing the timing for all other the performance for the today, and then I'll be reporting at the end of this session. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinakaran. And our second person of the tag team is the R counter. And today's R counter is placed by a young and vibrant Toastmaster Yogesh Kumar. A brief introduction about Toastmaster Yogi. He's a cybersecurity professional working in the banking sector, loves reading and listening to stories from his kid. His thoughts on the theme of the day: growth mindset should be inculcated in all, since change is the only constant in life. Over to you, Toastmaster Yogesh.
Sorry about that. Thank you for the gracious introduction, General Evaluator. Good afternoon, everybody. Today I'm delighted to play the role of the R counter. The purpose of R counter is to note words and the sounds that are used as crutch or pass filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I'll be listening for overused words, including and well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and r. I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or a phrase such as I, or this means, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yogesh Kumar, for the introduction about the R counter role. And our final role of the tag team is the grammarian, which is done by Toastmaster Om Kumar. Toastmaster Om Kumar is a lead technical writer at Encora for GE Digital. He loves outdoor activities. His thoughts on the theme of the day: growth mindset can definitely save us from regretting in the future. Over to you, Toastmaster Om Kumar.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests once again. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I will take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. So let me share my screen. So today's word of the day is canny. The grammatical term is adjective. It means intelligent, careful, and showing good judgment, especially in business or politics. The usage examples are a canny politician, a canny move. At the end of the meeting, upon General Evaluator's call, I will submit my report. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Om Kumar, for giving a very canny description about the grammarian role. For now, I return control to our Toastmaster today. Over to you, Toastmaster Raghunath.
Thank you, G. Sorry about that. So, Now let's move into our first section of the event. This is the prepared speech section. Before I invite the speaker, I realize growth mindset is similar to the mobility, which keeps us with mobile. We keeps on moving from one place to another. So similarly, the growth mindset helps us to move from one stage to another stage with practice, with confidence. And today we have a speaker who deals with mobility. He is a HR head of a automotive industry, a renowned automotive industry, Nissan, and is our past president, Toastmaster Raghunath Nair. When I ask him about the theme, he has given an interesting quote. Let me just read out for you. He believes that perseverance is something that keeps a person learn over a period of time. And in life, there will be ups and downs. And how well you hold it and continue beautiful journey of life is key to be positive and perseverant. So let's invite our first speaker, Toastmaster Raghunath C. Give me a moment. I'm just reading the future of mobility. The future of mobility, Toastmaster Raghunath Nair. Over to you.
Prior to that, I'm evaluating the
sorry.
speech,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let me invite the evaluator of Toastmaster Raghunath Nair to brief about the project of his speech.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Raghunath. Today, Toastmaster Raghunath is delivering his speech, which is into title called "Prepare to Speak Professionally," and the purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing and presenting a longer speech. And the speech timing is 18 to 22 minutes. Timer, please note down. And I also have a humble request to the Zoom master. My camera in laptop doesn't work. So I will be, as soon as the speaker completes the speech, I would be logging in from a different device, from my mobile, to provide my evaluation. Please, Zoom master, allow me in after the speaker completes his speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Surya. So let's welcome our first speaker, or the only speaker of today's session, Toastmaster Raghunath Nair, the future of mobility. The future of mobility, Toastmaster Raghunath Nair. The screen is yours, sir.
Thank you. Let me share the screen. Can I request the Zoom master to have like the presentation and the speaker in half way? Is it possible? You can spotlight. Okay, can we start? Are you able to hear me properly?
Yes.
Yeah, Toastmaster Raghu, just to confirm, it's 18 to 25 minutes speech, Raghu?
18 to 22.
22, okay, fine.
So it's 18 to 20, and then it's 20 minutes, 30 seconds. All right. Is it okay? Can I start?
Yes, please.
Please.
In few years down the lane, have you ever thought what you or your kids will be driving? Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very rainy and romantic good afternoon. The story that I'm about to take you through is something that will make you ponder and expose you to the forces reshaping the automotive industry. Every time I hear about the future, of what holds the mobility, then the technology like vehicle to everything comes into my mind. And when I talk about vehicle to everything, I see smart cities that have and happy citizens who are moving around in a completely safe, quiet, and clean environment. I would like this dream to become a reality of our children and offer them a traveling experience filled with peace, calm, and joy. Let me share the small video on what the future wants to hear from about the mobility.
We can't hear the
Audio.
audio.
Yeah, so it's the person is asking. Yeah, so it is something where when we talk about mobility to kids, they talk about clean, safe, and beautiful place to live in. And that's what the young generation looks at. And almost all the automotive companies are working on it, but there will be the cost related to the infrastructure improvements, like allowing the vehicle to infrastructure, vehicle to pedestrian, vehicle to vehicle, or vehicle to grid, etc., to make it real. That cost is really high. But let me explain you what from a basics, because most of you might not be even not familiar with the automotive industry. So let me take you further on how how the mobility is being moved out, or how the automotive industry moved. It started with a mechanization, like, where the manual actions were replaced with mechanical devices. Then it moved to an electrification, where the electric windows, power door locks, and things like that was there. And now it has moved, or a few years back, it has moved into radio systems, like where the technology like parking cameras, working part sensors, reverse camera, and all has come. And now, if you look into last 2018 to 2023, you will see something where we are talking about embedded in car connectivity, where connected working parts, like monitoring the real-time operation of the car. And this is a time where we are tipping into an autonomous driving, where we are talking about autonomous driving, artificial intelligence, vehicle to everything, which means vehicle to infrastructure, vehicle to pedestrian, and all that. Many of you might tell me that the technology is not ready yet. However, in my opinion, there is so much excitement and research ongoing in this topic that I believe it will soon come to our hands. For instance, Nissan has already publicly trailing a fully autonomous taxi service in Yokohama for the last 2 to 3 years. So driverless technology is potentially closer to what we think. And when we talk about electric vehicles, as per the Bloomberg New Energy Survey, we are expecting the ICE engine, the internal combustion engine, to move to electric by 2030, overtake ICE engine by 2038. For autonomous vehicles, so what is traditional and the connected car? So a traditional car where there was a lot of product centric, one of vehicle sale, standalone, sequenced components by components, and long cycle. Like we talk about a product life cycle or a product concept to the launch to almost 3 to 5 years, and a traditional automotive development. But in connected cars, or in the future, what we are looking at is it's more of consumer centric, where value creation for life cycle events are looked at, onboard to off-board connectivity. Like it's a continuous evolution, and each product life cycle we are as short as 6 months. The agile consumer electronics. So what is the industry revolution that we are looking at? The automotive companies will be in sync with software developers like Apple, Google, and so many companies yet to come. The telecom companies are seeing themselves as automotive suppliers. They have never been in the future for data transfers. And hardware companies are becoming analytic providers, because when you talk about a traditional car and when we talk about electric cars, we are talking about close to 70% reduction of parts. And that is a big change that we are going to see in the future. When we talk about that particular shift in technology, there is an industry revolution that is coming in. And let me take you to the next, give you a small example what connected car is all about.
We're not able to hear anything. While sharing, there is an option to check audio, share audio. You have to check that. While sharing the screen itself, you can find our video. Raghu, you just need to answer it once, and while sharing, you just share it with the.
Fuel in his Nissan Maxima, and he doesn't have enough time to go to the gas station before work. Luckily for Brandon, he has the Purple app.
Are you able to see the screen? Raghu bhai?
Yes.
Yes, I'm audible.
For on-demand gas delivery. Enough fuel in his Nissan Maxima, and he doesn't have enough time to go to the gas station before work. Luckily for Brandon, he has the Purple app for on-demand gas delivery. Now, because Brandon's getting his fuel delivered, he's able to enjoy his breakfast and make it to work on time. Thanks to Purple's integration with the Smart Car platform, a courier can use a smartphone to locate Brandon's Maxima and unlock the fuel door seamlessly. Check this out.
Alexa, warm up my Maxima.
Your car is now warming up. Traffic looks light on the way to work, and be careful of muddy roads.
Your Nissan with Amazon Alexa. Nice. Cars rarely stay clean on the morning commute. Not to worry. Brandon's ordering a mobile car wash package from the Washos app.
Morning, guys.
Who knew you could get so much done while at work? What's this? Brandon has a dinner party he hasn't shot for yet. Good thing there's an app for that. Brandon uses the Instacart app to order groceries for tonight's dinner and chooses to have the items delivered to the trunk of his Maxima. An Instacart shopper arrives at Brandon's car to deliver the groceries and can use a smartphone to unlock the Maxima's trunk, thanks to Instacart's smart car integration. Since Brandon previously connected his Maxima to his home with the IFT app, as he pulls into his driveway, the lights turn on. The garage opens and the oven starts warming up. Now, when you arrive home in your Nissan, your home will feel like, well, home. These are just some of the many connected
How
car
do you find,
experiences
so
that
these
will be available.
technologies are something which are already
Realize he doesn't
available, and that's something which, when I said about the previous history, these are something which is already there. And let me explain you how a background on how this works and what is expected in the future. So when we're talking about the car technology, we have seen smartphone integration, like you talked about Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, where your audio system gets connected to your mobile phone when you're driving. Now, when you're talking about, we have already seen, like in the latest cars, you can actually talk to the customer, talk to the car through the canvas, which is the computer which is inside the car, through the mobile network operator, and it is connected to backend server. So your phone talks to the backend server through the mobile network operator to a SIM card and a telecom unit, which is there inside the car. So that is only a read. But when you start writing, when you have a two-way communication, you are automatically going to have something where you are able to unlock your door, start your car from a distance, maybe as high as sitting in, say, Kashmir, you can have it switched on in Chennai. And not just that, we are moving it into a much bigger world where it is AI-powered voice assistant, which you saw in where Alexa talks to the car. And that is already there. But what is in store for us? We are talking about when the 5G comes and where the transmission or latency time is come to microseconds, we have V2X capabilities, which is like vehicle to everything. Not just that, we will be moving it into like a lot more technology oriented. I know this slide is a bit cluttered, but let me explain you the various steps that we have seen. It's smartphone connectivity to getting the vehicle information to remote control connectivity, and where you have an ecosystem, the next as an ecosystem with voice assistant. And then you're talking about autonomous driving from vehicle to X, which is infrastructure and pedestrian, etc. So what is the new technology all about? From an autonomous vehicle, auto companies will rely on two key technologies. First, the 5G and 6G, which will provide far better bandwidth to allow low latency for quick decisions. Will it be enough to reach 100% safety? That's a question mark. Secondly, the ability for an in-vehicle edge computing technology to enable data processing and analytics directly inside the vehicle, like avoid sending the data to a centralized server, risk of data communication, etc. Eventually, the ideal scenario would be a mix of both on-board and remote decision making. So what is connectivity? What will be the cost associated to it? First on the cost, it will be the connectivity part. We are talking about connected vehicles which will generate data up to 4 terabytes per day. And that's something which is huge. And that's a cost which will cost into $3,000 to $4,000 per car. With 1/3 of the hardware, it might have some kind of impact, cost effectiveness, but 2/3 of it will be mostly by the software industry. Next is autonomous drive, where we're talking about such as radar, sensors, camera, etc., will reduce significantly over the next few years. So that will be around $10,000 to $15,000, something of that sort. However, the total cost of data connection for the autonomous driving will be something where we will be really challenged. And Google and Waymo have already spent billions researching how do we optimize such cost for each vehicle kind of a thing. So what are the expectations? So what can car companies do to offset these costs? In fact, by finding new profitable source of revenue. Like a fantastic potential converges between millennials' need and the OEM future business sustainability, which will be defined more on saving time, avoiding car complexity. For example, like save time. We could suggest car subscription with fully digital process through smartphone and a seamless experience. A friendly tradition rather than the traditional leasing process of for a month or a day. Kind of. We could provide similar what telecom companies are providing, like software service, like what the telecom companies provide us of the software services demand with monthly fees, such as autonomous drive for a long road trip, additional power, which like if you want to spend a day with your fiance and you wanted to go and experience as a sports car, you can add for additional power to your car or increase battery capacity, increase Wi-Fi hotspot functionality, etc. So these are where you will start paying for each function, like how you're paying to these software companies. It could be like the mobility plan to customers, like which allow them to choose a vehicle matching their need with a predetermined full loaded annual payment. Like the customer want to use an SUV for a holiday, they want to choose for a weekend, like that. So it can even look into an e-bike or a moped or e-scooter. So the whole mobility will come into a package to you. And that is where you will look into a multi-modal or a flexible mobility that avoid complexity and bringing peace of mind. So what do we do? First, with these third-party companies, we do expand this V2X, which is vehicle to X experience, by bringing countless number of services including insurance, finance, supply chain, health, communication, gaming, etc. And secondly, some of the things that we need to really work on is with the government and public sectors, where the leadership on mobility, on V2X development of smart city projects need to be there. The two partnership will give fantastic range of new business, more profitable source of revenue to compensate the cost of the new technologies that will come. And to reach this goal, the automakers will integrate software development, mobility services, and that is where you see companies like Tesla and things like that coming up. But a lot more is there where we're talking about smart city management and process and organizations. So in this, when we are talking about the connected cars, you're talking about a whole, this is a quick thing of what I was talking about, the accidental recording, vehicle theft tracking, and all that things will come as a package to you in the future. So, and then what, as per the McKinsey report, by 2030, almost close to 25% of traditional automotive incomes will be data enabled and with shared mobility. But one of the challenges that we have as per the McKinsey report is 47% of the customers don't even understand they're driving a connected car. But what are we as Nissan doing in the future? I just wanted to touch, this is something where our core business philosophy is, where we're talking about intelligent mobility. We talk about intelligent drive, intelligent power, and intelligent integration. I'll explain you one. What do you mean by intelligent? It's the future of driving, which is perfectly driver assistance technology, which will more of heavy traffic and even fine parking, like zero emissions, 100% electric, and more of connected, where the cars connected not just to the between cars, also with the infrastructure which will come in. Let me show you a quick video on what a beautiful concept of what future is going to be. That is where we talk about artificial intelligence, and it connects to the top. Pilot with autonomous drive, you will get the car where you are coming. So that's something which we'll look into the future. The silent car, where it will be driven automatically. The gesture control will be one of the things that you will see in the future, where you talk traffic controls, the autonomous drive. manual drive or manual drive to autonomous drive, whichever you want. When you have an incoming, move back into an autonomous drive. Face-to-face, video conference, meetings, and all those things is something you will see as a natural thing in the future. That will come to a thing which you will see. You will have a driverless value parking, and you will be paying your parking fee with your battery power, because your vehicle's grid will be connected to the whole building. That is where your battery, which is stored inside the vehicle, will get back to the while driving, you automatically charge your battery using the technology that we have. And it will be, the whole system will be connected to your various destinations. Like if you want to have a cafe, when you are near your favorite cafe, it will automatically remind you so that you can go and have a favorite Starbucks or your favorite meal or an idli from your favorite restaurant. If something is there, then the fireworks at a later stage, you drive there and you see all about it. And that's the kind of is next to reality. When we talk about the 5G and 6G coming, where the current latency will move from close to 60 seconds to more than a nanoseconds. So what did you see in it? Making the travel more safer and enjoyable with the ProPilot, promoting convenience and pleasure of electric driving with quiet vehicles, and more of being part of a social infrastructure. And that is something which you will see in the coming days. But then, when we talk about India, you will say that, oh, how are you going to have this when you have cows roaming around in your road? And that's something where the technology and the 6G or 5G will have an impact. Let me show you another video. It's something called invisible to visible technology that you merge the real to a virtual world that will help you to see things which are invisible to your direct eye. That's using various cameras that you have across the city, and whether it is weather or any other condition, you'll be able to see what is there in store for the others, which will for pilot and autonomous driving. That is what I was saying. To have an automatic driving, you will know what is in store in the lane and turning next to you. What are the available parking space which you will see? It's all there in your car, and the car becomes an extension of your lifestyle. Might be your office or even your family time. Sometimes if you go for a long drive, you can get a virtual friend sitting next to you for a long drive. Could be your wife. That's the technology which will drive you over a period of time. That's what is going to be the future. In not like it is not a sci-fi movie that I'm talking about. It is something which you will see in the near future in a span of 5 or to 6 to 10 years max. I think we still have time. Timer. That's it from my side. In case if you have any questions I can take if the time permits. Okay, I think it's almost already read. Let me.
Mr. Raghunay, what about the cost, estimated cost?
Yeah, so that is what I was telling you. The costs need to be covered with various services that we will provide. I think I explained you in the middle of the speech that it will be more. You will be buying a car as a package, not a car as such, a traditional car.
Thank you.
Over to you, T.M. Modi. I can answer the questions after the meeting. Over to you, T.M. Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raghunath Nair. It was a wonderful session. A great view about the future of our mobility. At some point of time, I also thought like it is going to move us from a growth mindset to a fixed mindset with the help of using few apps. Thank you. Timer, if you can tell if the speaker is a qualified speaker.
It has been over time. I have excluded the video interruptions and other things, but yeah, still it was over time.
Thank you. So with this, today we came to an end of this first section, that is the prepared speech section, and let's move into our next section. Professor Carroll, while doing her research in this growth mindset, she identified the people with this growth mindset are always active, ready to take up any challenge, always enthusiastic. Like our next section, that is table topic section, where the table topic master will invite randomly to the speakers to speak on a topic which is there and then it's impromptu. So to conduct this session today, we have our Toastmaster Senthil. Toastmaster Senthil is working for Cognizant. And when I asked him about the growth mindset, he has given it very nicely. My way of having growth mindset is to live in the moment. It's helping me to focus and give my full potential towards my present instead of worrying about the future. Toastmaster Senthil, the screen is yours.
Good afternoon, TMOD, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Table topic helps members practice the art of improvisation and also help us think on our feet. This helps us develop our 4 vital communication skills: listening, thinking, organizing, and delivering. The topics that I have prepared for you will hopefully help all of us become better at improvisation. Since we at Medley try and provide a speaking opportunity to maximum audience members, this session is not restricted to member alone. Even the role players and guests can participate. I hope everyone gives this a shot. I may randomly call anyone to participate, or you can voluntarily to come up on stage yourself by pinging in my chat window. Before we begin, I will read out the timing guidelines for the table topics round. The timing for the table topics session is 1 to 2 minutes. 1 minute is the minimum time in which you will receive a green signal, and 1.30 seconds is the target time in which you will receive a yellow signal, and 2 minutes is the maximum time in which you will receive a red signal. Speakers are expected to speak for at least 1 minute and allowed to speak for a maximum of 2 minutes and 30 seconds in a table topic before being disqualified. First, I read out the topic, then I call upon the speaker to speak on the topic. And don't forget to use the word of the day, canny. I repeat, canny. Okay, let's begin. So our first topic is, What simple fact do you wish more people understood? What simple fact do you wish more people understood? For this topic, I welcome our senior Toastmaster DTM VN Subramaniam to talk on this.
Mr. Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, to make others understand, you need the strong will and skill of communication. It is better to talk straightforward without any adjectives or alliterations. And in simple way, I can say that to touch nose like this, instead of touching nose like this, you can touch like this also. Which do you prefer? Make people understand is not that simple, because there are people who have already determined not to understand anything from you. So like that people, you have to give solid example, and you should be canny. You should be canny and intelligent to tackle the human psychology or the person who is your listener. And first, before going to explain anything, try to assess the listener and use all your communication skills and tricks. All the more, be very frank and straightforward to make him to understand. Over to you, Mr. Topic.
Thank you so much, sir. The next topic is what life lesson did you learn the hard way? What life lesson did you learn the hard way? For this topic, I would like to call DTM Thomas. DTM Thomas Abraham, what life lesson did you learn the hard way? Please, sir.
Thank you very much, TT Master. Good afternoon, all my dear friends. Life, I've always felt, is a better classroom than the classrooms that we pay for to sit through. At the same time, when the two of them combine, and that's what I remember, I moved to the north for my own reasons without the families really supporting it. And I switched over from BSc to MA, to literature. And first year MA, I realized that I didn't have enough reading to do well in the examination. I had set for myself the target of getting a first class in the second year, for which I required at least 55% mark in the first year. I knew I was nowhere near that. Why? Because, sorry to say, but that's the truth, I had never tasted failure in my academics or in most pursuits. So I was now on thin ice. I was feeling failure. My feet were trembling. My mind didn't know. Those days, there was no telephones, like we had now. I don't know. My parents were away. So I went through hell. My friends communicated to my professor that this guy is going through trouble. He took me under his wings. He shared his own handwritten notes of his time, Dr. Professor Chandel. And I got through my 55%. I got my final destinations, what I had set for myself. Life would have been terrible for me, but for that, which tells me, what did I learn in life? It may really look like no life left, but there is always, if you don't give up, you can give yourself the best chance you have. That's all. If you don't give up, you can give yourself the best chance you have to succeed. Friends, life will throw these kind of challenges. Don't give up. Don't give up. Optimism. Man lives on optimism and hope and self-confidence. Do it when it attacks you. All the best to you. Thank you, Tony Master.
Thank you, sir. The next topic is, what gets you excited about life? What gets you excited about life? For this topic, I would like to ask Toastmaster Saravanan to talk on this. Toastmaster Saravanan, what gets you excited about life?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah. What gets me excited about life? One of the things that gets me excited about life is travel. See, I always look for opportunities to travel, whether it is within the city or outside of the city or outside the country. Whenever there is an opportunity, I choose to travel. That's what is something that excites me. And travel always gives a different perspective to life, because that is where we can meet many people. At the same time, that is where we can understand various culture, traditions, and various cuisines, everything we can understand. One of the places where I like to go most of the times are to Goa. I don't know how many of you have gone to Goa, but that is one of my travel destination. And I like to go every time whenever I get some free time as such. So that is one of the places where you can enjoy life. At the same time, you can enjoy the serenity of nature and nature's uncanny beauty. That is where you can get something out of that. That is something like I have understood and I realized a lot of time. So because life is full of pressure, whether it is in the office or in home or outside, there is a lot of pressure out there. But that one of the places where we can be ourselves is when we travel. Of course, you have to spend a lot of money and time and all those stuff, but that is where you get to get a sense of what is life is all about. And when you are in the beaches, when you are spending your time over there, that is where you get the realization of that. Because I believe in two things. One is self-realization, another one is being relaxed. That is the two things that will bring out the best of us. So I always believe that travel is the best thing that can happen, and I advocate that to everybody. Over to you, TT Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saravanan. Okay, we will jump on to next topic. Which activities make you lose track of time? The next topic is which activities make you lose track of time? For this topic, I would like to ask Toastmaster Moidak Banerjee to talk on this. Toastmaster Moidak Banerjee, which activities make you lose track of time?
Thank you, Table Topic Master. Good afternoon, friends, guests, and distinguished Toastmasters.
Little louder, please.
Yeah. So there are a lot of activities which I get involved on day-to-day basis, but there are some activities which I really like, and sometimes I really lose track of time. One of them is reading. I really like reading a lot. I like reading books, and specifically, I like to read non-fiction books, books like self-help books, books on astronomy, books on history, and out of these three, when I get a new book recommendation related to astronomy and in history, it's something I really enjoy. I just stop doing other tasks and I try to prioritize that, because it just gives you the fun and the adrenaline rush to get to know things which is unbelievable, like space, the cosmos. This is something which has always engrossed me. Though I am a mechanical engineer, I do not get involved in this type of subject on day-to-day basis, but it's then also I try to get an opportunity, try to get through these habits. I try to get myself involved with those subjects. So yes, if I am reading a book, something related to astronomy, I really lose track of time. And yeah, so what do you? Thank you, Tabletop Master. What do you?
Thank you, Moinak. The next topic is, what is your greatest challenge? What is your greatest challenge? For this topic, I would like to ask guest Selvam to speak on this. Guest Selvam, what is your greatest challenge?
Thank you, TTM. I feel the greatest challenge in my life is to tackling the time. So, as before said, our Toastmaster Moinik, so I have there are lot of activities. When I get into it, I lose my time into it. So, for example, the new gadgets like mobile phone, and there are few other things like watching TV. So those are the things I lost my time. So I'm losing my time. So I feel I need to improve to align myself and making those areas like managing time and restricting myself into a productive area of so that is what my thought. Thanks to TTM.
Thank you, Selvam. The next topic is, where do you find inspiration? Where do you find inspiration? For this topic, I would like to ask guest Kirtana to give a speech on this. Where do you find inspiration? Guest Kirtana.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I find inspiration like every day. So whenever I see my mother, and she's a homemaker, so even though like she's at home and she wakes up early and do all her thing, and like I used to wake a little later. So yeah, I wanna wake up early every day, but since I was feeling a little working up little later, so it was very tough for me to wake up early. Even though she's also working late, she will wake up early. And so one of my inspiration is my mom and my dad. So the whatever the work he does and everything, like it was in a very sincerity, and those kind of inspiration I get from them daily. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Kirtana. That was a nice speech. I will conclude this table topic section with this speech. Over to you, TM Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Senthil, for those wonderful topics. A big round of applause to our table topic master, Toastmaster Senthil. Okay. Growth mindset. With the growth mindset, people always try to, people believe that by practice, they can develop and they can acquire the skill. And when there is a practice, there is a feedback also. The feedback helps us in improvising in the practice, the past mistakes, and overcome the past mistakes and making us perfect. Similarly, in Toastmaster, we have this section, that is the evolution section, where
TM Modi, 1 second. Are we launching the poll for table topics?
Yes.
Okay. So all the speakers are qualified. All the TT speakers are qualified. Yeah.
Yeah, the poll is going to take some time. There is some error which is popping up. So I'll just send the names. I'll send the names to the TT master, or I'll send the names here in the chat box. Kindly message your vote to the TT master directly, or to the SAA Om Kumar directly.
One of them, please, because don't give choice. Some people may send here, some may send here.
Okay.
One of them.
Okay, please send it to the Sergeant at Arms, TM Om Kumar.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Timer, for reminding me that. And okay, coming back to the evaluation section. So in this section, our evaluator evaluates the prepared speaker and give feedback to improve in that. And to conduct this section, we have our Toastmaster Sendil, to conduct this evaluation section. Toastmaster Sendil, sorry, Toastmaster Dinesh, please.
Thank you, sir. Good to see everyone back. Now I'm going to conduct the evaluation session, which will be, as the Toastmaster they said, it will be the evaluation of the prepared speech session. Today we had a wonderful speech given by Toastmaster Raghunath Rai. I'm sure he went through a lot of pains preparing it. And for conduct Toastmaster Raghunath Rai's evaluation, I call upon Toastmaster Surya K. A brief introduction about Toastmaster Surya. He is a HR by profession. For him, growth mindset is about keeping ourselves upgraded to the new age skills required to our profession in order to unearth ourselves. If we fail to do so, it's a stalemate for us. Over to you, Toastmaster Surya.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So to evaluate speech of Toastmaster Raghunath Nair, I'm here. Thank you, Toastmaster Raghunath Nair, for providing us an insightful speech about the technologies that are used basically in automotive industry. I'm sure that this is definitely a good information for the listeners. Especially we had one mechanical engineer as well who joined us today for today's meeting. I believe it's a valuable information that you gave today. The second thing that I liked about the speech is you were comfortable throughout the speech, right from the beginning till the end. As this is being your business for almost past decade. So I felt that throughout from the beginning till the end, you have been comfortable with whatever you've been delivering as you know the subject of this. The third thing is that on an audience perspective, if not at least on an audience perspective, in my perspective, I've seen these type of cars that you have shown in the videos only in James Bond movies. I really do not know that these type of cars does exist in market. Thank you for providing that such kind of an information, which made us very curious to know what is next, in your speech. Coming to the recommendation part, I have some strong recommendations for you. At the beginning of this start of the speech, you provided us a video, kids talking about expressing themselves that they need a clean environment, right? I couldn't see any connect at the end of your speech, at the closer of your speech. What is the purpose of showing that video? So you could have told the benefits of bringing this kind of a this type of a technology. So that's one recommendation. The second recommendation would be, I felt your second and third video could have been avoided, because what my thought is that instead of showing the video, you could have broadly explained what is the facilities, what kind of facilities that are offered by Nissan, rather than showing it as a video. Because as the video was playing and you were speaking, it was a bit destructive in my point of view, is what I understood. And in between, in the middle of your speech, you referred saying that because of this kind of technologies, you were able to reduce 70% of 70% reduction in the parts, basically. Then you could have also explained what is that benefit of saving that 70% of parts. How could have you avoided any kind of existential threats that are involved by avoiding these things. So that could have been an added value to the speech. So with this, I'm handing over to General Evaluator. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Surya, for your thorough evaluation of Toastmaster Raghunath Nayar's speech. Now coming to the tag report. First, I call upon timer Toastmaster Dinagaran to deliver his detailed timer report.
Yeah, thank you, G. The prepared speeches session, Toastmaster Raghu has taken the time of like 24 minutes and 20 seconds. And yeah, we have excluded the time that is interrupted by the videos and other things. Yeah, the overall time taken by the Toastmaster is 24 minutes and 20 seconds. The TT Master introduction by the TMOD is, the TT Masters, the session introduction is by like 1 minute and 50 seconds. And the TT speakers, DTM VNS has taken 1 minute and 56 seconds. DTM Thomas has taken 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Toastmaster Saravanan has taken 1 minute and 57 seconds. Toastmaster Mayank Banerjee has taken 1 minute and 14 seconds. Guest Selvam has taken 1 minute and 16 seconds. Guest Kirtana has taken 1 minute and 4 seconds. For the evaluation session, Toastmaster Surya has taken 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Yeah, over to General Evaluator. So all the TT speakers are qualified, and then the evaluation for the evaluator is qualified. Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinagaran, for your detailed report on the timer. Next, I call upon our counter, Toastmaster Yogesh Kumar.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So starting with Toastmaster Raghunath Nayar's speech, it was indeed very insightful and a little tough for me to, keep my attention on what he's speaking than the visuals. So anyways, it was a good speech, and overall he used 7 times, 4 times, like 2, and there was 1 repeat. And coming to TM Surya K, who was the evaluator for Raghunath Nayar, he used 4 times, 2 times, and repeats 1. And moving to the tabletop session, DTM VN Subramanian, it was pretty much a clean speech except for 1 usage of R. Then moving on to DTM Thomas Abraham, it was again a near perfect speech with just 1 repeat. And moving on to TM Saravanan, it was also almost a clean speech with 1 repeats. TM Monik Banerjee, it was 2 times usage of R. Guest Selvam, usage of R twice and R once. And guest Kirtana, usage of R 4 times and so 2 times. So over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yogesh Kumar, for your report on the R counter. And next, I call upon our grammarian, Toastmaster Om Kumar, to deliver his report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Let me share my screen. Hope you all are able to see the screen. So the word of the day, Canny, was used by Toastmaster Dinesh once, DTM VNS 2 times, Toastmaster Sendil 2 times, and Toastmaster Saravanan 1 time. And regarding the improper grammatical uses or suggestions, I don't see much for today. Toastmaster Raghunath Mishra used the quotes like, people are equally intelligent. However, the mindset plays a major role in differentiating fixed and growth mindset. His thoughts were, few people are very good at many things, but not others. With practice, we can develop many things. Growth mindset helps us to move from one place to another. He used the words mobility and impromptu. His phrases were a great view of future, ready to be active. By practice, they can acquire skills, overcome past mistakes. Toastmaster Dinesh Shekhar used the words wonderful, young, and the phrases young and vibrant. Toastmaster Raghunath C. Nayar spoke a lot today, so I would like to capture only a few things. His thoughts were, in life, there will be ups and downs. Traveling experience filled with dream and joy. Travel is more safer and convenient. See in the near future. Few of the words are vehicle to vehicle, vehicle to grid mobility, mechanization, electrification, radio system, excitement, backend server, low latency, centralized server, radar sensors, cameras challenged, optimized research offset, e-bike, e-moped, peace of mind. And phrases were, he started with romantic good afternoon, reshaping the automotive industry, vehicle to everything, embedded in car connectivity, autonomous taxi services, analytic providers, connected car, smartphone integration, talk to the car, two-way communication, AI powered voice assistant. There were other thoughts, words, and phrases. In the interest of time, I am skipping those things to the other Toastmasters. Toastmaster Sendil used the thoughts to live in the moment, give full potential to the present, think on our feet. He used the words listening, thinking, organizing, delivering. Toastmaster Surya used the thoughts, keeping ourselves upgraded. You were comfortable throughout the speech. He used the words audience, perspective, curious. His phrases were good information, James Bond movies, benefit of savings. Toastmaster Dinakaran used the thought, growth mindset is unstoppable. Toastmaster Yogesh Kumar used the words delighted. Guest Selvam used the thoughts, I need to improve to align myself. He used the words activities, gadgets, productive. He used the phrases greatest challenge, tackling the time watching TV, manage time. Guest Kirtana used the thoughts, I find inspiration every day. I wanna wake up early every day. My inspiration is mom and dad. She used the words opportunity and sincerity. She used the phrases, I look forward to learn and grow with you all. DTM VNS used the thoughts to make others understand you need strong will and communication. Making people understand is not that simple. Try to assess the listener. He used the word straightforward. DTM Thomas used the thoughts, life is a better classroom. He used the words literature, first class, final destination, terrible challenges, optimism, and self-confidence. He used the phrases nowhere near that, thin ice, went through hell, took me under his wings, I got through, no life left, don't give up. Toastmaster Saravanan used the thoughts, travel always gives a different perspective to life. He used the words travel, Goa, self-realization, and advocate. He used the phrases opportunities for travel, understand various culture, enjoy life, enjoy serenity. What is life all about? Toastmaster Moinak used the words activities, reading, self-taught books, astronomy, history, space, cosmos, and mechanical engineer. He used the phrases day-to-day basis, stop doing other tasks, lose track of time. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Graverian, for giving such a detailed report of the Grammarian. I'm sure that this will be used as a template for everyone else. And kudos once again for doing the role of Grammarian and Sergeant at Arms at the same time. Thank you, Toastmaster Om Kumar. Now coming to the General Evaluator report. The meeting exactly started on time on 2:55, which is the medley time. President Toastmaster Ranga warmly welcomed the distinguished Toastmasters and all the members as well. And he welcomed the guests and he asked about them as well. Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Raghunath Mishra, described what mindset is all about and the two sets of mindset. And he was well prepared throughout his role as Toastmaster of the day and what he was going to speak about. And the table topic session, Toastmaster Sendil Murugan had given topics based upon the Toastmasters experience. For senior members, he had given table topics with regard to them, and for younger members, he had given table topics which were a little bit more easy. So kudos to Toastmaster Sendil Murugan for acing the role of table topic master. And as we all know, the prepared speech session by Toastmaster Raghunath Nair was brilliant as well. I'm sure that he would have put on a lot of effort for giving such a detailed speech. The only recommendation perhaps I would have is that since last week we had the business session where we had to conduct the election, and this week again we are having the business session. So perhaps we are finishing the session far more earlier than what we maybe, because members would be more likely to listen to more speeches, and the table topic speeches were limited to just 6 or 7 speeches. Maybe more speeches could have been given, a break could have been there, or perhaps these business sessions could be done before or after the meeting ends. That's what I feel, perhaps, but that's just my opinion, and maybe the ExCom could take into it. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Raghunath Mishra.
Thank you, Ji, for those wonderful evolution and feedback. Last week, I got an opportunity to meet and hear a TEDx speaker, Dr. Malvika Nair, who met with an accident at the age of 13 in a grenade blast. Both her hands were lost, and also both her legs were badly damaged. And she was almost about to die. Somehow she could able to, because of her willpower, she could able to survive and come across all those challenges. But she was mentioning about this growth mindset, how it helped her to come across all those challenges. The people, even the doctors were also gave up. The doctors from Chennai who have treated her, they said that it's very difficult to make her survive. But she overcome all those challenges. And today she is a TEDx speaker. She is a motivator, a corporate speaker, and a married woman with a family, and very jovial. I was quite inspired. I was quite inspired by listening to her, by talking to her. And I also realized that I think I'm also in this with a growth mindset. Today is the 20 years of my marriage. And in last 20 years, I've just completed 20 years. And in last 20 years, I have converted myself from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. With this, I pass it the screen to our President Toastmaster Ranga. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very, very much, Toastmaster of the Day, Raghunath Mishra. I'd just like to take 30 seconds each for the voting for tag team, which I'm going to display on the screen. So first will be the tag team. Are you able to see? I'm going to close the poll in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Next, I will play out the role players. Okay, I'll close the polls in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. So with this, we come to the end of the session. I would like to speak to a couple of guests, and I would like to inform them that we have a business session coming up, which is only for members. So after I speak to you, I request you to drop off the call, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week. I would like to speak to guest Jayasudha to share your views about today's meeting. And can't hear you.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, today's speech is wonderful speech. I was very impressed with Raghunath Nair's speech. Whenever my sons ask me to see some or to watch some videos about car, I hate to watch all those videos. But today, really, it's very exciting to see that smart car technology. So I was really impressed, and very good speech. Thank you, sir. Then I was impressed with the grammarian Om Kumar's evaluation. It's like recapping that meeting again. Wherever we missed some points, he condensed actually to say he conceptualized the overall meeting. So it's very nice to be a part of this team. So I'm very grateful and thankful to be as a part of this Toastmaster Club. So I'm looking forward to continue this opportunity. So thank you very much, sir. You have to decide whether I am eligible to be a part of this club. Thank you.
I think you have completed 3 weeks as of today. So you come over next week and we'll put you in touch with our Vice President of Membership and you can have a conversation with her and then we will take a call on that. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you again. And I would like to speak to Ms. Keertana and get her views on today's meeting.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. So today was my first day, and since I was not sure how the meeting will be, so Sharanya gave me a glimpse of how the meeting will go, and as per the schedule it went, and I was so impressed with the timing and how everybody is so curious to know what is the mistakes we do, and I couldn't remember the much names of the who have noted down the names grammatical mistake or how many counts of the same word is used. So those kind of, it's very impressive, and I look forward to improve myself and learn from others also, and correct our mistakes and grow up. Thank you for the wonderful opportunity. I look forward to other sessions as well.
Thank you. We look forward to hosting you next week again. Next is our guest, Selvam.
Hi, Toastmaster Ranga. So this is my second session with Medley, and I think today session is completely hijacked by Toastmaster Raghunath Nair. By his video and by his presentation, I just enjoyed, and it's more informative that how the automotive industry is pulling the human race into a next generation of, next revolution of technology. So I thank him for this informative speech, and moreover, I would like to thank Mr. Toastmaster Om Kumar for his findings and for his every word he keep on listening, because the slide shows that what we speak, he on the meantime he was writing all those things in a slide pack. So which is very I would like to thank him for his dedication. So thank you, Toastmaster Ranga, for this opportunity again. Maybe I'm sure I will join next week as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. We look forward to hosting you next week again.
Thank you.
Thank you. I request the guest to drop off now. Thank you very much for your understanding.